the number of electric field lines passing perpendicular to through unit area held perpendicular to unit area in an electric field gives a measure of electric field intensity there. Here I have shown two surfaces perpendicular to the electric field. Let them have unit area. In this region, you see only one field line is passing. Here, two field lines are passing. More the number of field lines passing perpendicular through unit area, more is the electric field intensity there. So, the number of electric field lines passing perpendicular through unit area in the electric field gives a measure of electric field intensity. So, here E2 is greater than E1. We can show this mathematically also. Let us see how it is done mathematically. Take a point charge here, plus Q. You can draw any number of field lines coming out of it. But what is important is the number of field lines passing perpendicular through unit area. Take a cone shape here. This cone is subtending a solid angle omega. Solid angle you have learnt in 11th standard. Through this solid angle omega, let n number of field lines pass. You can draw any number. N number of field lines are passing through this solid angle omega. Let me take a surface here, A1, at a distance R1 from the point charge. A little behind I am taking another surface A2. Surface area is A2 at a distance R2 from the point charge. Now what I was trying to explain is the number of field lines passing perpendicular through unit area gives you intensity of electric field. Now we have learned solid angle 11th. What is solid angle omega equal to? It is area upon r squared. Therefore I have omega is equal to A1 by R1 squared. At the same time it is also equal to A2 by R2 squared. From here what do I have? A1 equal to, it is omega R1 squared. A2 equal, A1 is equal to omega R1 squared. A2 is equal to omega R2 squared. I told you the total number of lines drawn coming out of this is n. That means through solid angle omega is small n. That means through area A1 is small n. Through area A2 is also small n. What will be the number of lines of force passing normal through area A1? Let me call it capital N1. Is it not going to be n upon A1? N upon A1. There are n number of lines passing through area A1. Therefore, through unit area, it will be n upon A1. But what is A1? Omega R1 squared. What will be the number of lines of force passing normal through area A2? Through unit area here at a distance R2. It is going to be n upon A2. That is n upon omega R2 squared. You know n and omega are constants. Therefore, n1 is inversely proportional to R1 squared. N2 is inversely proportional to R2 squared. But we also learned earlier that intensity of electric field E1 is inversely proportional to R1 squared. E2 is inversely proportional to R2 squared, or in other words, E1 is directly proportional to N1. E1 is directly proportional to N1. E2 is directly proportional to N2. That means intensity of electric field at this point is directly proportional to number of lines of force passing perpendicular through unit area here. Similarly, intensity of electric field here if I put this as E1, and here intensity of electric field is E2. You see, E N1 is inversely proportional to R1 squared, E1 is inversely proportional to R1 squared, that means E1 is directly proportional to N1. Similarly, E2 is directly proportional to N2. So what we have proved here is that intensity of electric field is directly proportional to the number of field lines passing perpendicular or normal through unit area in the electric field. This whole area is an electric field. I have shown only a cone part.